He's a cheerful little cutie who runs faster than a rabbit. He's a scheming CEO darker than the underworld. They meet head on and the cutie actually wins. An uncle might let it fly to CEO like him won't. Romin is naked deep in debt because of his parents. He has to hustle day and night at part-time jobs. Still, the money never covers the bills. Even when he craves a sandwich, he won't splurge. He buys cheap seaweed rice rolls and stretches them into 2 meals. Hard times, yet Romin stays super upbeat. Whether classmates mock him or tutoring kids provoke him, he laughs it off and resets himself. He finally found an after-school tutoring gig and hopes to keep it. Head down thinking, he looks up and a human four-door fridge blocks his view. He has to crane his neck to even see the guy. That handsome yet creepy face startles Romin, but he can't help sneaking glances at him. Is this big guy an athlete, a model, or a mob boss? When the elevator doors open, Romin rushes out. His books spill everywhere. Before he can grab them, the guy's big foot stomps right across. Not even a sorry, just a cold back walking away. Some kind as he is, Romin still thinks that was over the line. But it was his own sleep up. Since the books aren't crushed, he lets it go. And that's how fate starts playing. Next morning at his cafe job, they bump into each other again. One fierce glare from the guy makes Romin jolt. Looks like he's dealing with something annoying. We're locking eyes again at noon. Even at night, he shows up. Not after 8 run-ins and one day the CEO finally loses his cool. The little rabbit set its sights on me. The feared mob boss gets tailed by a soft, squishy little rabbit. Imagine that. 8 coincidences of the day and he bolts faster than a rabbit when our eye. Then Dad slaps a stack of photos in front of him. Look at the mess you made. If I hadn't stopped it, you'd be today's headline. The CEO sees the photos and snorts a lot. That's it. I thought it was something truly scandalous. Can't 2 adults meet and talk? Dad's so mad he nearly keels over. He turns into his son. I can't tolerate this anymore. Cut those ties and clean it all up fast. On one side, the CEO gets roasted by his dad. On the other, the little rabbit is over the moon because he got a used bike from an upperclassman. Perfect for delivery runs this afternoon. 说the senior worries a bike will be tough for deliveries. Then remembers you got a side jig later. Mentioning it makes Romin burn. His workplace got exposed by the bad guys again. He got fired and they won't pay him a dime. But the senior's more worried. They couldn't find you for ages. Why can they now? Anyone suspicious tailing you? And Romin thinks back and breaks into a cold sweat. Creepy when you think about it. For days now, no matter where he works, he keeps running into a big guy in a suit. Is he tipping off those thugs? When they grabbed me before, I thought I was done for. What should I do? The senior tries to comfort him, but Romin has already calmed himself. But with your bike, I'm confident they won't catch me. His first delivery shift, Romin makes 30,001 and he's thrilled. The only downside, his poor stomach got shortchanged. He didn't even eat one full meal. Happy with the cash, Romin hops on his bike. Plans to go home for instant noodles, then head to tutoring. At a red light, he glances at a luxury car beside him and locks eyes with a pair of fierce eyes. Next second, it's a wild, fast, and furious on the street. 2-bit bike versus luxury car, fast and furious. In the end, the bike wins. Can you believe it? After a long day, Romin rides his beloved bicycle, never stuck in traffic. Grabs dinner and keeps grinding, only to bump into that mob boss again. He freaks, jumps on the pedals, and sparks literally fly off the bike. He beats the luxury car again. The CEO fumes. Can't even catch a bicycle. That's ridiculous. But the secretary mutters, well, I'll be. Never seen a bike go that fast. Meanwhile, Romin hides in a trash bin, peeking out. Once the car leaves, he crawls out. He rushes the tutor and the student chews him out. After class with no food all day, Romin's as thin as paper. He thinks maybe grab a cheap rice ball. He opens his wallet to count his cash and a stubborn coin rolls under a car. Right then, the CEO's getting an earful from a female star over the sneaky photo incident, and he silently vows to catch that bicycle to vent his frustration. He walks to his car and spots a shady figure crouched beside it. They lock eyes. 10 seconds feel like forever. Chaos erupts. He runs. The CEO chases and still can't catch him. Do you know who I am, you little punk? Nope. Who are you? Why are you chasing me? Help! Just as he's closing in, the CEO barks a threat and the kid leaps onto a truck and escapes. Speechless, the kid slips away right under his nose again. The CEO can't believe his eyes. Is this kid a robot? He runs like what? Romin's gasping for air, but at least he's alive. Then in a blink, he's back in the debt collector's hands. Because of family debt, the boy's life is hide and seek. Freezing winters, sweltering summers, never enough to eat. Yet he stays sunny and keeps pushing forward, thanks to people who care and help him. So young, yet he's trained lightning legs. No collector can catch him. Lately though, a mob boss has him in his sights. He's tough to shake. The kid barely escapes each time. It's huge. Why do we keep running into each other? Even while driving, the CEO's plotting how to catch that bicycle. Then he smacks into a bike. He gets out angry, then freezes. After searching high and low, turn around. There he is by the wheel. In a flash, Romin bolts. The CEO gives chase, trash talking as he runs. Romin sprints into a bathroom, terrified. A flimsy door can't stop a double-door fridge CEO. Romin thinks jumping out the window will work. Turns out a suited man can squeeze through that tiny bathroom window too. As he is, Romin still can't beat a walking fridge. And the guy slams him to the floor. He growls, we're old acquaintances. Again. And I'll be upset. Let me see your face. He sees a tear's kid. Sir, I really have no money. Please spare me. I won't run anymore. I don't know where my dad is. I'll pay the interest once I earn money. Logan, you understood. I really have no cash. You can take my wallet. Shay, the CEO baffled. Who do you think I am? The kid's baffled too. Aren't you a mob boss? 当坏人了. That sets the CEO's head throbbing. He's being treated like a villain. We bump into each other 8 times a day. Do you realize how suspicious you are? Romin apologizes over and over and the misunderstanding being fake. So the strange fate kicks off. When a sunny sweetheart meets a clean-cut devil of a boss, someone's bound to swoon. And there it is, fate. The CEO breaks Rumin's record of never being caught. He almost got hit, but thank goodness the misunderstanding's gone. He missed his delivery shift, but a senior found him another gig hotel parking guide. Before clock out, his always hungry belly starts protesting. In the last minute, the car asking directions holds the very thugs. At that range, eye contact drains the color from Rumin's face. Before it returns, he bolts. He sprained his ankle yesterday, while the CEO was chasing him. And the sharp end keeps him from running fast. He flings open a door and slams into a wall of muscle. Then realizes it's yesterday's big guy. Before he can explain, the thugs' voices echo behind him. Terrified, Rumin ducks behind the walking fridge and begs for help. The CEO looks down at the trumpy little guy and tucks him even deeper behind him. They fool the thugs and pass. He whispers thanks and faints. When Rumin opens his eyes, he's in a hospital, and it scares him stiff. What happened? Did I pass out again? I don't have money for the hospital. Right then, the CEO appears, staring at the kid in disbelief. Didn't think I'd see malnutrition these days. Color me surprised. How many meals do you eat a day? How many hours do you sleep? Rumin embarrassed, 1 meal a day, 4 hours of sleep. The CEO's amazed, still running that fast. That's wild. You dodged me like a sprinter before. Today you missed your escape because of your ankle. He learns it was from their fall yesterday. And the CEO goes numb, so I'm the culprit. I'm the culprit. To repay a life-saving favor, the little rabbit brings the big guy. Imagine how that goes. The last time Roman fainted in the big guy's arms, the CEO took him to the hospital and even paid the bill as his guardian. Then he drove him home. As they said goodbye, Rumin suddenly didn't want him to leave. He invites him in for coffee to say thanks. Seeing the shy cutie wagging his invisible tail, the CEO can't help but chuckle. You're 23, right? Got zero sense of caution. Yesterday you thought I was bad. Today you invite me home. Alright. And the high and mighty CEO steps into a shabby rooftop room for the first time. The door is so low he has to duck in. Inside it's surprisingly neat, books everywhere. So yeah, a kid who loves to read. Making coffee, Roman asks what he does. The CEO casually says secretary. The real secretary Pooh at home sneezes 3 times. Roman thinks the CEO totally fits the secretary gig. The boss wouldn't even need a bodyguard, pure safety. The CEO picks up a piggy bank and asks, did it steal your meal money and eat? Its belly looks pried open a bunch. Did you smash it to buy treats? And Rumin blushes and tries to snatch it back. But without the walking fridge's height, he can't reach. The CEO pins him against the table. Staring at that easy to bully face makes him want to misbehave. Rumin blinks with pug. You saved me twice today. I want to be closer to you. Next second, Rumin is stunned. Then the CEO is stunned too. Sparks fly. Love at first sight for both. Last time Rumin took the initiative and even shocked himself. Right then the senior barged in. The CEO boldly stakes his claim. The senior thinks the bad guys invaded Rumin's place. The cutie rushes to explain to me. He's like a benefactor. He protected me, took me to the hospital, and drove me home. But Roman's face gets redder. The senior worries. Your face looks like it's on fire. Are you sick? The cutie flustered. It's just a bit hot. Why doesn't tonight's delicious fried chicken smell good anymore? Meanwhile back home, the CEO can't stop thinking about that soft little guy. When Rumin hacks a bit off lately, a coworker asks, expecting someone important, why do you check every time a guest walks in? The cutie's a little down. 3 days have passed. When will you come see me? He switches to his next gig, still worrying he'll miss him if he isn't there. Why didn't we swap contacts? What if we never meet again? The manager leads Rumin to a glass house and says to scrub every corner top to bottom. The cutie climbs up, cleaning as he goes inside. This place is huge and gorgeous. Who would live here? Someone like that guy you keep inside for. Meeting. The CEO bells for fresh air and plans to ditch. Then he hears a voice that sounds familiar. Familiar voice. He turned around and saw a cutie asking him for help. Could you help me hold this ladder? The moment their eyes, Rumin's eyes lit up. It's you. I can't believe we ran into each other. This is amazing. Are you here for work? You look so handsome today. The CEO just showed up out of nowhere like always. How many side jobs does this little guy have? Rumin couldn't wait to ask him to hold the ladder. I have so much I want to tell you. The CEO said the ladder might not be easy. That scared the cutie half to death. He'd have to pay for the ladder. Worried and not knowing what to do, he suddenly heard the CEO say, jump down, I'll catch you. The cutie fell for a big bad wolf. He'd been hoping and waiting to run into him again. And right from the start, they're acting out a classic K-drama scene. Jump and I'll catch you. Once he's in my arms, he's not getting away. Rumin shyly said it was his first time being held like that. The CEO said confidently this wasn't the first time. When you fainted, I carried you to the hospital, just like this. Before Rumin could really savor the moment, the CEO pulled him into a corner. Their sweet moment almost got spotted by a rival upstairs. Rumin's heart was racing from the CEO's flirting. His little tail was wagging so fast he could take flight. He wrapped his arms around his waist and boldly confessed, I missed you. After they parted 3 days ago, he couldn't stop thinking about him. He was so worried they'd never see each other again. No matter how busy you are, remember to come to the coffee shop. I'll always be waiting for you. After getting the answer he wanted, the two separated to get back to work. A meaningful smile crossed the CEO's face. I love obedient kids the most. After running around doing side jobs all day, Rumin finally got too tired to walk, but he wouldn't take the bus. After all the money saved could buy him another sandwich. Whether eating, sleeping, or walking, he always thought of that person. Thinking of him made him so happy. He always wanted to see him. Rumin felt like he really had fallen for him. After what felt like walking for a century, he finally got back to his little place. As soon as he climbed the stairs, he heard a voice he'd been dreaming of. Why are you coming home so late? Kids need to get home early. Tail started wagging to the sky again. Mr. Taishu, what are you doing here? The CEO, that big bad wolf, just sweet-talked him. Because I figured Rumin would miss me. Coming to your place was the fastest way to see Rumin. How could an innocent cutie resist such sweet words? Of course he let the wolf in. Once inside, the CEO showed his true colors. The little bunny was in danger. There's so little I can say about this episode. It's all about a silly puppy getting devoured by a big bad wolf. Have you ever seen such an adorable puppy? Rumin really likes the CEO so much. Every time they meet, his tail wags to the sky. Even the CEO started seeing things like he could feel the tail wagging from the cutie's expressions. Knowing full well Rumin likes him like crazy, he still teases him asking, do you like me? Is that okay? Whatever Taishu does is fine. Our sweet, innocent little blank slate. And the CEO acts like it's such a hassle. The size difference between a mini puppy and a Tibetan mastiff. You better count your blessings for this incredible luck. Tiny-faced cherry lips does whatever he's told. Where do you find a treasure like this? Make sure you buy our Rumin lots of sandwiches. But is this even humanly possible? This is absolutely insane. These days water bottles are out, we're talking rocket launchers now. You old fox, you better not let our sweet Rumin down. You better treat our cutie Rumin extra well. After all, he went through something no human should endure. Looking forward to the next episode. The latest episode of Destined Love was absolutely wild. So wild there are no screenshots to share, no story to tell. Because the CEO said I missed you too, and our adorable silly puppy Rumin gave everything he had without holding back. After working side jobs all day, he didn't even get a bite to eat. He jumped straight into intense physical activity. The poor thing was so tired and hungry he passed out. The next day when he opened his eyes, he thought about going to his side job. The intense pain all over brought his memory rushing back. He sprang up like a sprint. Sure enough, he was alone in the room. He finally got to see the person he'd been thinking about. But they barely said a few words before getting busy with activities, and he passed out like a wimp. Before passing out, he clearly asked him not to leave, but in the end, he was left alone. The silly puppy visibly deflated. Suddenly, there was noise at the door. Then it opened. A tall figure walked in. Rumin didn't have time to change his sad expression. The guy smiled with a smirk. What's wrong? You look upset. This old fox really knows how to charm. That our baby Rumin is completely wrapped around his finger. Just don't become someone who regrets it. Otherwise, Rumin's mama fans won't let it slide. The boy was completely smitten by the CEO. After a night of intense activity, he woke up the next day and couldn't find him. Staring at the cold door, he felt so dejected. But the moment he saw the CEO walk through the door, the cutie instantly lit up and threw himself into the CEO's arms. When the cutie was just a little kid, his mom closed that door and never opened it again. No matter how much he said, I'm scared, I want to be with mom. But mom said, I'll be right back, and never came back. Such a soft and adorable little kid. What kind of mom could be so heartless? When that door that never opened was finally opened by the CEO, cutie's whole world lit up. He threw himself into the CEO's arms. Where did you go? I thought you left. An abandoned little kid who managed to grow into such a bright, cheerful young man is so precious. You cold-hearted CEO, you better be good. Even though the CEO hasn't figured out his own feelings yet, and is just messing around, he's actually pretty good and gentle with the cutie. Listen to the chatty cutie's million questions. The cutie also asked for everyone what's up with the scar on the CEO's face. The CEO brushed it off, saying he'd had it since childhood. Looking at the chatty cutie in front of him, he couldn't even get a word in. Living in such a run-down place, getting chased by debt collectors daily, yet still growing up so cheerful. But none of that had anything to do with it. Young, cute, not picky, and his skills are top-notch. No need to put in effort. Having a casual boyfriend is pretty nice. The cutie was completely head over heels. He kept praising him as the most handsome person he'd ever seen. Running into each other 8 times in one day, he couldn't help but reach out and grab the CEO's big hand. Happy and sweet, they headed home. The cutie who never wastes food, who actually left his unfinished ice cream outside the door. He didn't even have time to take off one shoe. You can imagine how eager they both were. The cutie's rare day off was more exhausting than a month of side job. The next day, the CEO drove the cutie to After getting out, the cutie looked a bit down. But the CEO's will talk later immediately cheered him up. The cutie limped toward the classroom holding his sore waist. Little did he know, someone with bad intentions was watching him closely from nearby. A sweet boy fell for a cold, ruthless CEO. After a series of wild events, the cutie couldn't stop thinking about him. Thinking about him made him smile like an idiot. He'd share every good meal, fun thing, or beautiful view with him. The cold, ruthless CEO was just looking for something new. He thought the guy was too childish, but still flirted with the silly kid. One sentence, I'll pick you up after work, and the kid was over the moon. He was smiling non-stop during his shift. His friends all wondered if he'd won the lottery. After work, he couldn't wait to find the CEO's car. The moment he saw the person he'd been thinking about, he lit up. Once he started talking, he couldn't stop. He was super cute and direct about how much he missed the CEO, sharing all the fun things from his day. When they got to his little place, he excitedly pulled the CEO. I hid the key under the flower pot. When I'm not here, you can go inside and wait for me. I wouldn't just tell anyone where my key is. It's because it's you, so it's okay. Have you eaten? The CEO didn't get the cutie's heartfelt message full of love. He just thought the guy in front of him talked too much. So annoying. He just wanted a simple playmate. Cutie asked that a bit nervously. We're dating now, right? The cold, ruthless CEO was just fooling around. He didn't want a relationship. His face darkened. Did I give you the wrong idea? After a night of wild activities, the poor cutie really suffered. The next day, the CEO used special methods to wake him up. Watching that door close, the cutie couldn't hide his disappointment. He didn't want a love. He just wanted a tool to hold on to that tiny bit of warmth. The cutie humbly stopped the person leaving, apologized. We can keep things as they are, but can I still like Tai Shi? 2 days of wild times with the CEO left the cutie unable to sit still. His whole body ached like it was falling apart. He envied the couples on campus, friends hanging out and chatting. And the cutie had no free time. He was like a spinning top that never stopped, either working or on his way to work. Non-stop activities plus intense work forced the cutie, who never bought medicine, to shell out for painkillers. In too much pain to bear it, the cutie limped home. The messages he sent Tai Shu got no reply. He still made excuses for him. The secretary must be ruined. But what exactly is their relationship now? But everything that happened after meeting him made him fall so deep he couldn't pull himself out. And for the first time in his life, he met someone who treated him so well. Deep in thought, Rumen suddenly got hit by an unidentified flying object. It was the tutoring student, who not only disrespected this young teacher, but insulted him, waving money in the cutie's face, forcing the teacher to buy him cigarettes. The CEO, stuck in traffic after work, happened to see all this. His temper flared up instantly, acting like only he could mess with his guy. Furiously ready to get out and play hero. The next second, he was stunned by what the cutie did. The CEO's not totally a jerk, just mostly a jerk. Even though he only saw the cutie as a tool to let off steam, he was still the best person to the cutie. In broad daylight, what did he just see? His cutie was surrounded by a bunch of punks. The CEO immediately lost his cool. What kind of luck is this? No debt collectors, now muggers show up. He knew without looking the guy was probably about to cry. Just as he was about to get out and rescue him, he saw the cutie suddenly lift his head. His eyes were sharp and fearless. He lectured those punks. They looked like they'd just eaten crap. They were about to grab something and fight. The cutie saw trouble coming. He used a distraction trick and made a run for it. The little wildcat's speed shocked everyone. The cutie leapt onto a wall, turned back, and said, "Make sure to finish the homework, see you in class." Then a perfect landing. The moment he looked up, what did he see? Tai Shu in the flesh was standing right there in front of him. When the punks climbed over the wall and saw the intimidating CEO, they ran off with their tails between their legs. The cutie finally breathed a sigh of relief. Good, they're gone. Seeing Tai Shu, who we'd been thinking about all day, the cutie opened his chatterbox and couldn't stop. Without a word, the CEO ditched his secretary and took his boy home. Looking at the sweet, obedient person in front of him, a sly smile crossed his face. He'd always thought this guy was the type to wag his tail at everyone. Turns out he only shows a puppy side to him. This made the CEO crave more. He couldn't even wait to get home. Poor Ruming had already taken painkillers, but he made him go through it again. My heart breaks for my sweet baby. The ultimate hustler meets the stingy freeloader CEO. Our sweet baby Rumen really got the short end of the stick. This bad guy shows up and freeloads day and night. After he's done, he leaves without a care. Poor Ruming dragged his broken body back to hauling heavy loads. Even his co-worker noticed how exhausted the cutie. Rumen could only make up an excuse about working while studying for exams, so he was tired. But secretly he was thinking about that bad guy. Whenever he saw him, he couldn't get any sleep at all, though he really liked it too. The lost in blushing thoughts. Another part-time job to introduce to him. Meanwhile, Xiaohai was getting chased down by Director Park for a lecture. Sir, you can't keep changing partners every other day. Too many scandals will hurt the company's reputation. Regular people are better than celebrities, but he's a guy. I think you should deal with this quickly. That part-timer is just a kid. How did you explain your identity to him? How did you even meet that student? Xiaohai laughed lightly. He just popped up on the street. Director Park was still unhappy with that vague answer. Next second, the cutie appeared right in front of them, saying hello. One sip of coffee nearly made them both choke. Speak of the devil. Rumen, why are you here? The cutie couldn't hide his joy, eyes sparkling. I'm working here part-time. Junyu just helped me get the job. Tai Shu, do you work here? Such a big company. Tai Shu, you're amazing. Being a secretary at a big company must be really busy, huh? Saying he's a secretary, Director Park looked completely shocked. The cutie peeked and asked who that person behind him was. My senior, Director Park. Xiaohai introduced him without missing a beat. Our lovable Rumen instantly won over Director Park with his smile. The moment Ruming stood up to go to work, his nose started dripping blood. Unlike the unfazed Xiaohai, Director Park didn't hesitate, pulling out his handkerchief to help stop the bleeding. Xiaohai's jealousy kicked in. Stingy boss who freeloads everything was jealous. Seriously, our Ruming is so sweet and adorable, totally perfect. If you don't appreciate him, you'll lose him forever. Last time he said the part-time warrior somehow ended up at Xiaohai's company. After chatting a bit, Ruming got ready to work. The second he stood up, his nose started bleeding. Xiaohai just sat there like nothing happened. But Director Park rushed to pull out his handkerchief to help. That level of concern left Xiaohai stunned. Seeing Rumen reminded Director Park of his own student days. Studying and working are important, but you need to rest too. Rumen smiled happily. Director Park is so kind. Xiaohai was seething. The moment Rumen left, he started criticizing Director Park. Is being nosy also part of your job description? When did you two meet? You're even worried about that kid now. Director Park was totally confused. His nose was bleeding. Shouldn't I care? You're really heartless. Rumen was thrilled with this part. Time job. This is the company's internal cafe. All employees, no rude customers. No deliveries either. Sure, lunch and meeting times get busy, but for a part-time warrior like him, it's a piece of cake. Most importantly, being able to see Taishu every day is amazing. Compared to enthusiastic Rumen, Xiaohai was like an iceberg. Director Park watched Rumen and sighed. I was worried he couldn't finish his assignments. Looks like he did. Xiaohai didn't get it. How do you know all this? Director Park went into praise mode. Found out during lunch chat. He even got a scholarship. Smart, hittable, and soapshoe. Amazing in every way. Xiaohai's face darkened. Those two were chatting at work instead of working. After work, he drove the cutie home, planning to teach him a lesson. The moment they got inside, he tried to start something but got rejected. What he didn't expect was that the usually Klimpy hadn't even started anything yet today. Just said drive safely and kicked him out. Xiaohai stared at the closed door, shaking with anger. The guy is a boss who doesn't look trustworthy. The boy is a sweet, adorable cutie. They bumped into each other constantly and sparks flew, right when things were heating up. The boss got kicked out by the cutie. All because of some blurred out guy. The boss was so jealous he couldn't sleep at all. Meanwhile, the blurred senior felt a chill down his spine in his sleep. The boss left the next day with panda eyes. Rumen, completely unaware, was worried about getting home without an umbrella. The weather got worse. By closing time it was pouring. No choice but to cover his head with his bag and run home in the rain. Director Park noticed a familiar figure dash past. He called out to Rumen without hesitation, offered to walk the cutie to the station. They walked and talked, and he felt bad for Rumen. The boss is too mean to such a sweet, innocent kid. Suddenly, a sharp screech of brakes. A black car stopped by the curb. The window rolled down, revealing the boss's jealous, handsome face. Rumen was thrilled to run into Taishu, totally missing the boss's sharp glare at Director Park's hand. Without a word, he pulled the guy to his side. In a commanding tone, he said, "Get in the car and wait." The confused cutie figured Taishu was giving him a ride home. After bowing to thank Director Park, he rushed to the car. The AC in the car was freezing, making Rumen shiver. But he sat obediently waiting for the boss to come back. Seeing Taishu, the cutie started chattering away. The boss, with an icy expression, snapped. "Why do you always cause so much trouble?" Rumen froze. He must have done something wrong. Director Park is Taishu's boss. He must have caused trouble for Taishu. After reflecting on his mistake, Rumen looked out the window, realized they weren't heading home. So he asked, "Taishu, where are we going?" The boss coldly replied, "My place, of course." The boss, pretending to be poor, finally brought the cutie to his mansion. Soaked from rain and frozen by AC, Rumen shivered as he followed the boss. Walking in, he was stunned by the luxury. Taishu lives in such a huge house. Is he more than just a regular secretary? While the cutie was still in shock, the boss moved in close. "Your clothes are soaked, take them off." He started helping while saying, "If Director Park offered you a ride, you get in his car too. Or would you go find that blurred senior again? Why do you drive me so crazy?" The jealousy was overwhelming. The boss froze the next second. Rumen turned and hugged him. With pitiful puppy eyes, he apologized. "I'm sorry, I promise it won't happen again. Please don't be mad." Who could resist that? The boss definitely couldn't. He was about to devour the cutie whole. At the crucial moment, some clueless person called 3 times in a row. The boss made a huge effort to grab the cutie's chin. "I'm going out, back later. Take a shower or go to sleep. Whatever you want. Stay home and wait for me." Rumen took the most comfortable shower of his life, full of energy, ready to make a delicious dinner for Taishu. Opening the fridge was shocking. Not even a single vegetable. The house was spotless. With nothing to do, Rumen sat on the floor spacing out. At Taishu's place wearing Taishu's clothes, it feels so strange.
My heart feels
If
so
only we
strange.
could be together like this forever.
Together forever.
I hope Taishu comes back soon. The phone suddenly rang. Rumen jumped up excitedly. It must be Taishu. Boss. Seeing the caller ID, the cutie froze. It was his dad who'd been missing for years. The boss dragged the cutie home, but didn't have time to ravish him. A phone call pulled him away. When he rushed back, the guy was gone. Rumen was happily waiting for Taishu. But a phone call shattered the beautiful moment. His missing father suddenly appeared. Not one word of concern. Rumen sadly asked his father, "You know I've been paying your debts, right? Those people keep coming to school. Even calling the police doesn't help." His father suddenly exploded. "You just paid off some interest and act all high and mighty. I raised you. No matter how much you thank me, it's never enough. Give me 10 million right now. Consider it repayment for raising you." Rumen was completely shocked. He can barely afford triangle kimbap. Where would he get 10 million? His heartless father said, "Don't you have living expense loans? And there's the deposit on your place." Heartbroken, Rumen couldn't sit there anymore. He left without hesitation, ignoring his father's yelling and cursing. At the door, he suddenly stopped. "I won't pay your debts after I graduate. I won't see you again either, Dad." Running to a deserted alley, Rumen couldn't hold back his tears anymore. "Am I really just a burden? Mom left me too." When he was little, after his mom suddenly left, his dad either drank or beat him every day. Little Rumen learned to take care of himself. Even on rainy days, he had to run home alone in the rain. Coming home soaking wet, the happiest thing was when Dad's shoes weren't there. Cleaning the house on an empty stomach, scared and waiting for Dad to come home. Despite all that, Rumen got great grades. The teacher was happy for Rumen, asking what he wanted to study. Rumen said firmly he wanted to become a teacher. The teacher said Dad would be proud of him. But because he looked like Mom, he only got beaten and yelled at since childhood. Covered in bruises, he wished he could grow up fast, earn money, and not have to live with Dad anymore. But instead, he was met by a group of thugs. From that day on, he was forced to pay his father's debts. From that day on, he had no father, no home. On a cold winter night, little him was kicked out. The boss couldn't find his cutie. Not realizing his own feelings, he was frantic. After finding him, he wasn't gentle, wouldn't let him go even in his sleep. One punishment wasn't enough, had to do it 100 more times. Last time Rumen left a note and disappeared. His phone was off. The boss, fuming, drove like crazy to Rumen's tiny place. He nearly knocked the door down, but no one answered. The key was under the flower pot. The boss was so frustrated. The guy didn't even come home. Why didn't he just wait obediently for him to come back? Did he go find that blurred senior again? Or did those tutoring jerks grab him? Or the lone sharks? The frantic boss looked up and saw a familiar figure. That little guy who was driving him insane. Without drinking, instead of going home, he strode over and grabbed the bottle from Rumen. Can kids even drink this? Seeing Taishu, the cutie instantly brightened. Wobbling unsteadily, he fell into the boss's arms. Holding on tight, crying softly, he said, "Something happened today I want to forget. Actually, I'm really good at making soup. I wanted to make you dinner, but there was nothing in the fridge, so I couldn't. I'm sorry. I'll definitely make you something good next time." The boss was so down, drunk but still talking non-stop. Still, he affectionately tied Rumen's shoelaces while saying, "I told you to stay home. Who told you to run around? And stop saying sorry. I'm sick of hearing it." Rumen blinked his big eyes. "Then thank you, Taishu." The boss's hand touched Rumen's face. "Don't want to hear that either." Next second, he completely froze. The cutie suddenly nuzzled into his arms, nuzzling while saying, "Taishu, I really like you." The boss's heart was racing, waiting for more, then heard soft, even snoring. The boss affectionately picked him up, poking his squishy little cheeks. "Rumen, you can't drink with other people." He walked home with big strides. Once home, the boss settled him in and transformed. Poor Rumen was passed out drunk. "Boss, how could you?" The boss, being indecent day after day, wouldn't even spare a drunk cutie. Next morning, Xiaohai stood outside enjoying the view, having a post-action smoke reflecting on his performance last night. He wasn't even drunk, so why did he lose control like he was wasted? Still confused, he got interrupted by yelling. Anujoma stood at the stairs, hands on hips, demanding answers. "Who are you? Why is this place such a mess? I need to ask that student what kind of people he brings home." Xiaohai blocked the Ajoma like a wall. "He's sleeping. Talk to me if you need something." Seeing he looked tough, the Ajoma just said she needed the student.